let's get the show started, shall we?
Live from BC Children's Hospital in Vancouver, it's the 29th Annual Miracle Weekend.
Yes, welcome inside BC Children's Hospital. You know, this place serves 1 million children living in BC and the Yukon. They treat the severely ill kids, of course, but they also take care of all those smaller things like the bad ear infection that happens at 2:30 in the morning or a broken elbow.
Those things can feel like big things to little people,
For sure.
I'm sure. So for the next 4 hours, all day tomorrow, we will give you an insight into so many heroic stories and how this hospital is such an important place to many families around beautiful British Columbia.
Money is being raised to help sick kids and their families. And joining us live is Chris Galis, who's in the midst of it all. And I see you're in a cool location in the midst of it all down there.
Oh, absolutely, Jen. This is amazing. And the BC Cobra Club has been so good, so supportive of Miracle Weekend for about 5 years now. And it's so awesome to have a car like this and many others just like it parked out here for kids to climb in, take a look at. This one painted in the same color as the famous Mustang in the movie Bullet. And this is an absolute beauty. But the reason we're here is for children like Faris Abdul Wahab, who's been a great friend of ours and a real big supporter of this hospital. He has brittle bone disease and has dealt with the physical ramifications of that his entire life. Faris, thank you so much for being here this weekend, and tell us how you're feeling these days.
Oh, you're welcome. Being here is awesome, and these days are going great with school. I'm getting good grades, and I don't go to the hospital that much.
That's good. What a difference. I know you have some rods in your legs, and they are helping stretch, give yourself a little bit extra room in the legs. You've had a lot of attention from doctors and staff here. Maybe just talk to people, if you can, about why it's so important to give to the hospital.
Yeah, it's like super important. If you don't donate, then there might be like kids at home not doing anything because they can't move, can't walk. They'll just be in a bed, sitting at home, being like, they should have donated, man.
Right. That is a very powerful message. And you have been the deliverer of that message for many years now, and you've got a special role again this year on Miracle Weekend. Tell us a little bit more about what you'll be doing for the final, I guess, 3 hours here.
Yeah, for the final 3 hours, like before 2015-ish and 14, I think. I was like the co-host guy.
Yeah.
And it's really fun. It's an awesome weekend, and I get to do it again, which is going to be awesome. And for the last few hours of the Miracle Weekend, I get to end it, and it's going to be a huge party.
Absolutely. We get to blow off all those streamers and confetti. It's always fun.
It's always fun every year.
Well, I'm so proud to be working with you, Faris, and I'm glad that your health is doing well and that you're doing well in school, and I look forward to working with you for the final few hours of the telethon here. Thanks again to the BC Cobra Club and to you more than anything at home who are watching this and donating, giving generously as you do every year. We're going to see if we can really ramp up that total in the final few hours. Jen, I'll toss it back to you in the studio.
We are pleased to introduce you now to our 2016 champion child. I had a chance to chat with Aiden Chin earlier this evening. 5 years ago, cancer tore apart Aiden's world and forced him into BC Children's Hospital for weeks at a time. But you know what? Cancer couldn't break the deep bond Aiden had with his brother and his friends. In fact, it did quite the opposite.
I don't expect my cancer to come back. It's a new chapter in my life. I guess there is a sense of being a child, being a teen again. So there are times when I do feel free. I don't think I could ever fully go back to what it was like before. Bren was 7 years old and I was only 11, so we both were just kids, right?
I had no clue. I heard the cancer word, I was just like, what is that? Okay, maybe I'm gonna see him tomorrow. My eyes kind of started opening up and I was just like, Aiden's not gonna be here for a while. I'm only gonna see him maybe a couple times a week. It just keeps on going in my head, like, what if he was not gonna make it? What if I wasn't gonna see him at home anymore?
There were times when I was feeling really sick and out of it and tired, and there were times when it wasn't always the chemo, it was about how other patients in the hospital were doing.
You don't know what it's like, because I've been through so much pain, but I want to be here for 2 weeks. And they'd be here for 6 months, you say?
And I was sad that there were other patients and there were other children that were younger than me going through cancers that were harder than mine. Basically, from that point on, I was like, why don't I try to get through it and then hopefully come back, help out. That's what I've basically been trying to do since I finished treatment. I got to join this club at the hospital called the Oncology Teen Group Club. It's something that you can't find out of the hospital. As a survivor, I'm still part of the teen group. There's still a lot of support that I can give to them and they can give to me, because there's an understanding that treatment isn't over when you're a survivor. There's still an emotional side of things. You have friends that are going through it, friends that aren't gonna make it through it, and that becomes a reality for you. It's not just over. Brooke was a friend of mine that I met in the hospital, and she became basically a sister to me. Brooke was definitely the closest friend that I had that I lost. The day before she passed away, I did get to see her in the hospital, and I did get to hold her hand, talk to her, and say goodbye, and tell her I loved her one last time. And I don't believe that you can accept something like that. You have to, I guess, learn to cope with it more. Before, I felt like cancer was something that was rare, that 1 in a ton of kids would be diagnosed, but it's not rare, and there's a lot of kids in oncology, children that are going through what you went through, and pain that is unexplainable. I want to be able to give back to those that have helped me in the hospital, that have made it so that I can go out there and be active and just live my life again.
It's a really good feeling that I could just go home and do something with my brother now. Without Children's Hospital, my brother wouldn't be here, so I'm eternally grateful for them being there.
I'm looking forward to staying connected to the hospital because it's been such a big part, giving back and pursuing the dreams that I have, and being able to do that because of BC Children's Hospital.
Miracle Weekend coming to a close, but what a weekend it's been. It's time to check in for a big total, guys.
It is.
Let's do
So
it.
before we do this, though, I really would like to say thanks to all the volunteers working behind the scenes who helped us out.
Yes.
Yes. It really is a cast of thousands. So do we want to do this right now?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, let's do it.
All right.
Let's turn the numbers.
Okay.
8,
0, 6, 8, 1, 0. Yeah!
Angels are smiling, lifted by love, awed by the children, exploring their world of pure innocence, pure love. Mothers and fathers whisper their prayers, take joy in knowing that everyone shares their faith and hope and love. Little ones laughing, lost in their play, through grateful eyes you can hear them say, thank you all, thank you, thank you all, thank you. Miracles happen with love, with help from the angel in all of us. Miracles happen, oh yes they do. Here's hoping someday what happens for you, and the peace comes to you from above. Miracles happen with love. Miracles happen with love, and with help from the angel and all of us. Miracles happen, oh yes they do. Here's hoping someday what happens for you, and peace comes to you from above.